Learn 50 effective guidelines for maintaining internal tranquility and fortitude in the face of suffering. Welcome to the centuries-old tradition underlying a sense of we explore at how the Stoicism can help you face the challenges of modern society while preserving your emotional wellness in this insightful video. Embark on the monumental voyage with us and explore beneficial ways that will shield yourself from negativity while creating persistent tranquility. Remember as well to like, follow me, and leave some feedback here with your opinions. 1. Protect your inner sanctum. It's crucial to protect your personal refuge, which is the center of your personality and holds your mental processes, principles, and sentiments from all the disorder of the external environment. According to Patience, even though occurrences outside of your reach may not affect you, you nevertheless retain a power to keep your innermost thoughts unaffected. You may establish a calm and clear place within yourselves by identifying limitations and eliminating pessimism. With the tumult of life, you can stay grounded and at home by fleeing into this inner oasis. To develop emotional calmness. The art of Stoicism places an enormous value on building emotional resiliency and peace of mind, or an ability to maintain equanimity under adversity. The Stoicism advise preserving a steady and centered frame of thinking rather than allowing oneself get carried off by the ebb and flow of impulses. This is monitoring emotions with objectivity and replying towards them objectively, not concealing or concealing them. By engaging in emotional neutrality movements, you can navigate adversities with calm and clearly and get fewer reacting to life's unpredictable ups and downs. 3. Set boundaries. Establishing and maintaining boundaries is crucial to sustaining positive connections and your own well-being. Setting limits is a concept that Stoicism promotes in order to protect your time, energy, and emotional domain. These are setting borders with people that decrease your energy or cross those you have established, as well as declining commitments that don't fit your priorities. In between ensuring that your needs get met, you can develop self-respect by respectfully but firmly defining limits. 4. Practice and discipline. Your ability to differentiate between things that are beyond your control along with those that are not is referred to as discernment. The Stoic mode of thought holds that you may successfully navigate life by focused on the things you are in charge of, which includes your ideas, actions, and dispositions. You liberate yourself from excessive worry and annoyance by focusing your focus on the things you can control and breaking free of the things you cannot. You can allocate your resources and make sound choices with discernment, resulting in higher efficiency and imp4. Exercise in discernment. Having the ability to distinguish between elements that are beneath your supervision along with those are not recognized as perception. The Stoic school of view holds that you may successfully navigate life by focus on the things you have control over, that is, your ideas, actions, and attitudes. You liberate yourself from needless anxiety and dissatisfaction by focusing your attention on those things that you can control and getting rid of the things you control. You are able to divide your resources and make intelligent choices with discernment, resulting in performance and improved quiet of mind. Improved quiet of mind. 5. Control your responses. The benefit in managing your responses to external occurrences is one of Stoicism's key lessons. Even while they aren't always in control of what's going on, you do have power over how you react. The Stoics encourage responding to difficulties with virtue and reason as opposed to conducting themselves rashly out of fear or fury. Having a positive response that is consistent with your values and objectives can be achieved by adopting awareness and self-awareness techniques. Identifying your reactions gives you the ability to remain calm and morally upright in the face of difficulty, promoting resilience and personal improvement. 6. Select quiet over conflict. The qualities of silence and tolerance have been emphasized by Stoicism, especially when there are periods of dispute or conflict. Stoics suggest remaining silent in a collected and respectful fashion versus joining pointless discussions or conflicts. This involves a deliberate choice to keep your inner calm and save energy, not a passive or compliant attitude. By avoiding superfluous verbal fights, you can prevent temperatures in rising and promote a culture of reverence for one another. Shows quiet over conflict shows controlling myself and strength of nature, which promotes peace as well as empathy in situations. 7. Accept solitude. A potent device for introspection, reflecting on oneself, and rejuvenation is seclusion. Stoicism encourages you to set apart time for alone in order to re-establish an association with yourself in the midst of life's temptations and bustle. You may replenish and learn clarity about your beliefs and priorities through peace and quiet, whether it be through contemplation, meditation, or other alone time. Developing a positive connection with oneself rather than cutting yourself off from the outside world is what it means embracing solitude. Loving isolation helps you develop resilience, self-awareness, and creativity, all of which increase your general well-8 minimized negativity exposure. 8. Minimized negativity exposure. Stoicism recommends minimizing your exposure to reasons for pessimism in an age full of them, such as negative individuals, poisonous applications, or depressing material. By exercising a deliberate choice to surround oneself with creativity and goodwill, you establish a condition that is beneficial for progress and health. This means decreasing the impact of negativity on your emotional and mental well-being rather than dismissing or ignoring its presence. You can bolster yourself towards the damaging effects of pessimism and build enthusiasm and tolerance by adopting a positive viewpoint as well as hunting out stimulating events. 9. Practice introspection. A vital element of self-awareness as well as individual improvement is self-reflection. Regular examination to honestly and clearly analyze your opinions, emotions, and actions is encouraged by Stoicism. You can learn a lot about your decisions, problems, and opportunities for growth by looking back on your experiences. From self-reflection, you can also see patterns and beliefs that might be preventing you from moving forward, giving you the trust needed to make important choices. You are able to enhance your self-awareness, self-control, and honesty by making reflective thinking routine. 10. Feed your thoughts. Stoicism emphasizes the value of nurturing your intellectual faculties with inspiring and enlightening material, just as you nourish your body with healthful food. This includes devouring perceptive books, having deep discussions, and exposing oneself to works of art and philosophy that elevate and inspire you. By supplying your mind with intellectually stimulating material, you extend your perspectives, pique your curiosity, and develop discernment and wisdom. Keeping your mind properly fed keeps your soul alive and your intellect sharp, shielding you from the damaging consequences of mental complacency and stagnation. Making mental health a priority is an investment in your own development and well-being who will give your life more meaning and purpose. 11. Accept your imperfection. Recognizing our natural imperfection alongside that of the world around us is a skill that Stoicism teaches you. The Stoicism promote acceptance and self-compassion above the pursuit of unachievable perfection. We are capable to liberate ourselves from the oppressive grip of illusory expectations and self-criticism when we accept our shortcomings and limitations. Accepting our imperfections helps us develop tolerance and sincerity, which enriches our bonds with one another and with myself. 12. Put your inner growth first. Improvement in one's and inner move are of great importance in Stoicism. Stoics stress the worth of developing virtues and attributes that result in inner happiness and well-being rather than looking for approval or fulfillment from outside sources. By emphasizing on our inner development, we make an investment in traits like compassion, knowledge, strength, and resilience, all of which are critical to living a purposeful and happy life. Greater being aware of one's self-contentment and tranquility can be attained via the lifetime process of self-discovery and self-mastery, commonly referred to as internal development. 13. Exercise distancing. The technique of letting go of commitment to results along with external events is known as detachment. Accepting the transience of life and the pointlessness of striving for total control are two things that Stoicism teaches us. We are able to free ourselves from the clutches of dread and worry by practicing detachment that allows us to face life's uncertainties with serenity and grace. Detachment is a profound sense of inner peace and tranquility that results from allowed life to flow throughout you, not from disinterest or disinterest. 14. Seek insight. In Stoic, the study of philosophy, wisdom is highly esteemed since it offers guidance and understanding when navigating every challenge of life. Stoics hold that being guided by age-old moral and rational precepts and comprehending the nature of life are the paths to true wisdom. We develop more knowledge of ourselves and the world around us and acquire insights into the human condition by pursuing wisdom via education, self-examination, and life experience. With understanding, we can face problems head-on, make prudent choices, and live lives that are worthwhile. 15. Foster appreciation. Kindness is a potent remedy for depression and disappointment. No matter how minor or unimportant the blessings in our lives may seem, Stoicism encourages us to nurture an attitude of gratitude for them. We can cultivate an emotion of happiness and joy by changing our viewpoint from one of scarcity to abundance by concentrating on what we have rather than what we lack. Despite cultivating thankfulness is a practice that involves awareness and conscious effort, the benefits are enormous and increase adaptability, happiness, and happiness in general. 16. Pardon others. Stoic ethics are based on tolerance since it frees us from the weight of grudges and rage. Stoics understand that harboring animosity only serves to damage us in the long run by contaminating our minds and hearts with negativity. By forgiving ourselves, we free ourselves from the emotional bonds in the past and are able to go onward with more serenity and autonomy. To be forgiveness is to choose to let go of the hurt and anger that bind us bound to the past, not to accept or excuse improper conduct. 17. Pay attention to the fix. Stoicism encourages confronting charged issues head-on and finding solutions. Instead of focus on issues or challenges, Stoics direct their energies toward coming up with workable answers and acting decisively. We equip ourselves to prevail over adversity and fulfill our goals with greater success and efficacy by developing a problem-solving attitude. By instructing ourselves to view obstacles as chances for development and education, concentrating on solution also teaches us to be persistent and happy. 18. Show some patience. In Stoic philosophical thought, patience is highly valued as a virtue since it enables us to face challenges and disappointments with grace and resiliency. Stoics understand that long-term happiness frequently has to be sacrificed for immediate gratification, and that improvement takes time. By exercising patience, we can develop resilience and tenacity in the face of hardship, believing in our inherent cycles of life and the strength of tenacity. With patience, we may face life's challenges with calm and dignity, understanding that each setback presents a chance for personal development and exploration. 19. Accept change. Life will inevitably involve change, and Stoicism encourages us to meet this change with acceptance and openness. Stoics accept the transitory character of existence and understand that change is necessary for development and progress, rather than opposing change or holding on to the status quo. Accepting change helps us develop our adaptability and flexibility, which enables us to prosper in a world that is constantly changing. Accepting change also helps us to make room for new experiences and opportunities by letting go of antiquated ideas and habits that no longer benefit us. 20. Lead an integral life. One of the main principles of the Stoic school of thought is integrity, which is the cornerstone of a moral and fulfilling existence. To live with integrity, according to Stoics, is to always act in accordance with our morals and values, even when faced with hardship or temptation. We get a sense of authenticity and self-respect when we live with integrity because we know that we are behaving in line with our highest values. Because people can see that we are sincere and dedicated to upholding moral principles. Leading an honest life also cultivates relationships based on mutual trust and respect. 21. Practice self-compassion. Self-compassion allows us to treat ourselves with love and understanding, particularly during tough or unsuccessful times. It is a vital component of Stoic philosophy. Stoics acknowledge that we are all flawed human beings who occasionally make mistakes and encounter hardships. Rather than criticizing our flaws, self-compassion asks us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would give to a close friend going through a similar situation. We can develop resilience and inner strength by engaging in self-compassion practices, as we recognize that we are deserving of love and forgiveness despite our imperfections. 22. Opt for quality rather than quantity. Stoicism encourages us to place a higher priority on substance and excellence in all facets of life in a society that frequently favors quantity over quality. Choosing quality over quantity is something that Stoics advocate for in relationships, belongings, and experiences. Through prioritizing our priorities and allocating our time, efforts, and assets appropriately, we foster a feeling of contentment and direction in life. Selecting quality over quantity also encourages discernment and mindfulness because it makes us more deliberate about how we use our resources and work toward our objectives. In the end, putting quality first gives our life more depth, purpose, and fulfillment, which increases our sense of fulfillment and well-being. 23. Exercise restraint. In Stoic philosophy, moderation is a crucial virtue because it promotes harmony and balance in all facets of life. Extremes and excess, according to Stoic philosophy, frequently result in imbalance and unhappiness, whereas moderation promotes stability and well-being. We develop self-discipline and self-control by exercising moderation in our habits, ambitions, and endeavors, while avoiding the perils of excess and overindulgence. By preventing exhaustion and keeping us on course in the face of temptation or misfortune, moderation also fosters resilience and sustainability. In the end, moderation enables us to live more morally upright, balanced lives. 24. Make your life easier. To focus on what really important, Stoicism suggests reducing our lives in an environment full with distractions and complication. Decluttering our physical surroundings as well as our agendas, obligations, and priorities is a necessary part of simplification. By getting rid of unneeded responsibilities and diversions, we make room for the things that truly complete us and offer us joy. As we release ourselves from the weight of excess and overwhelm, simplifying our lives also helps to foster clarity and mental tranquility. In the end, simplifying our lives enables us to live more purposefully and honestly, coordinating our behaviors with our priorities and ideals. 25. Acknowledge uncertainty. A necessary part of life is uncertainty, which Stoicism teaches us to face head-on with bravery and acceptance. Stoics accept that uncertainty is a normal and unavoidable aspect of the human experience, rather than seeking to control every situation or fear the unknown. We may develop resilience and adaptation and learn to handle life's curveballs with poise and composure by accepting unpredictability. As we accept the richness of life's unpredictable path and admit the limitations of our understanding, embracing uncertainty also promotes humility and receptivity. In the end, accepting uncertainty enables us to live more fully and truthfully, appreciating the mystery and beauty of each moment as it unfolds. 26. Empathize with others. Since empathy promotes understanding, compassion, and connection with others, it is a fundamental value in Stoic philosophy. Despite our differences, Stoics acknowledge that we are all connected to one another and that we have a shared humanity. Empathy training helps us comprehend other people's experiences, viewpoints, and feelings on a deeper level and helps us feel more connected to them. Kindness and compassion are also encouraged by empathy as we work to lessen other people's pain and assist them on their path. In the end, developing empathy strengthens our bonds with one another, encourages respect and understanding between people, and makes the world a more kind and peaceful place. 27. Keep your eye on the present. Living in the present moment is crucial according to Stoicism, as it's the only one we actually have influence over. Stoics advise focusing on the present, where life is unfolding in all its richness and beauty, rather than stressing about the past or the future. By keeping our attention on the present, we develop mindfulness and awareness, which enables us to fully participate in life's experiences and value the current moment. By letting go of regrets about the past and worries about the future, focusing on the here and now also helps us find inner peace and contentment. In the end, living in the now enables us to experience life to the fullest and most genuine degree possible, relishing each moment as it arises. 28. Accept failure. Since failure is an inherent part of life, Stoicism encourages us to view it as a chance for personal development. The Stoic perspective sees failure as a normal and essential part of the path to fulfillment and achievement, as opposed to something to be feared or allowed to depress us. We develop resiliency, tenacity, and a willingness to take chances and step outside of our comfort zones when we accept failure. Accepting failure as a necessary step toward growing in knowledge and resilience also helps us become more humble and self-aware. In the end, accepting failure enables us to live more bravely and honestly, fearlessly pursuing our goals and overcoming challenges along the road. 29. Nurture connections. Since relationships are essential to human existence, Stoicism places a strong emphasis on the value of fostering deep connections with other people. Stoics understand that relationships, whether with family, friends, or the community, offer companionship, support, and chances for development and fulfillment. We develop empathy, compassion, and respect for one another, as well as a feeling of connection and belonging when we foster connections. As we share our joys and sorrows with those we care about, learn from others, and receive help when we need it. Nurturing connections also promote personal growth and well-being. In the end, fostering connections adds love, purpose, and connection to our lives, which raises our level of contentment and pleasure all around. 30. Exercise self-humility. A fundamental characteristic of Stoicism is humility, which cultivates an attitude of openness, receptivity, and humility toward the intricacies and mysteries of life. Stoics acknowledge our little place in the immensity of the cosmos, and humility serves as a reminder of both our limitations and our connection to all other living things. Humility is the practice of cultivating thankfulness and amazement for life's miracles, as well as a readiness to learn from others. Since we acknowledge our common humanity and treat others with kindness and respect, humility also fosters empathy and compassion. In the end, being humbled enables us to live more genuinely and harmoniously, accepting life's beauty and mystery with humility and grace. 31. Embrace simplicity's beauty. Stoicism emphasizes the delight that comes from enjoying life's small pleasures and promotes finding beauty and contentment in simplicity. Accepting simplicity releases us from the need for material belongings and approval from others, allowing us to find joy and fulfillment in the here and now. Reconnecting with what really matters and finding beauty in the everyday can be achieved through simplicity, whether it's by reading a good book, sharing a home-cooked dinner with loved ones, or taking a peaceful moment in nature. 32. Put acceptance into practice. Stoic philosophy is based on acceptance, which teaches us to accept life as it is, with all of its pleasures and sufferings. Those who practice Stoicism encourage embracing the current moment with grace and calm, rather than fighting or rejecting reality. We can develop resilience and inner peace through acceptance practices, which make it easier and more peaceful for us to deal with life's ups and downs. As we come to understand our connection to the universe and the joys in our lives, acceptance also helps to cultivate humility and thankfulness. 33. Develop your inner power. It takes inner strength to face life's obstacles head-on with bravery and resiliency. Stoicism encourages us to develop inner fortitude by engaging in disciplines like self-discipline, mindfulness, and introspection. By fortifying our inner reserves, we enhance our capacity to confront misfortune and surmount barriers, mobilizing our intrinsic bravery and tenacity. Building inner strength teaches us to believe in our skills and keep going when faced with difficulties, which promotes empowerment and self-confidence. 34. Lead a purposeful life. Our lives get meaning and direction when we have a purpose that provides clarity and intention to our activities and decisions. Stoicism promotes a sense of contentment and happiness by helping us identify our individual purpose and spend our lives in accordance with it. We develop a stronger sense of agency and autonomy, as well as a deeper sense of meaning and connection when we live with purpose. Living with purpose also encourages resiliency and persistence because it drives us to overcome temporary obstacles and setbacks with a sense of purpose and vision. 35. Exercise self-control. The secret to accomplishing our objectives and leading an honest and purposeful life is self-discipline. Self-discipline can be developed via Stoic exercises including self-awareness, self-control, and mindfulness. We can improve our ability to make informed decisions and steadfastly and focusedly pursue our long-term objectives by learning to control our emotions and desires. When we learn to overcome barriers and endure hardship, self-discipline also promotes resilience and inner strength. 36. Pay attention to time. Our most valuable resource is time, which Stoicism encourages us to use carefully and thoughtfully. We can focus on activities and goals that are consistent with our values and priorities by practicing time mindfulness, which helps us be more deliberate about how we spend our time and energy. Stoicism exhorts us to live fully in the present, to embrace it with appreciation and awareness. We can develop a feeling of urgency and purpose, as well as a deeper understanding of how ephemeral life is, by practicing time mindfulness. 37. Discover joy in giving. Stoic philosophy places great emphasis on service to others as a means of fostering kindness, compassion, and connection. Stoics understand that helping others and changing the world for the better brings true happiness and contentment. Serving others makes us more empathetic and compassionate and gives our lives meaning and purpose. As we become aware of the interdependence of all beings and the ability of our actions to affect positive change, service also cultivates humility and gratitude. 38. Exercise flexibility. Living in a world that is constantly changing requires adaptability, and Stoicism teaches us to accept change with perseverance and flexibility. We may better negotiate life's curves by honing our adaptation skills, changing course when necessary, and coming up with innovative solutions to problems. The practice of Stoicism pushes us to develop an open-minded, curious mindset along with a readiness to absorb and develop from new experiences. We develop resilience and agility, as well as a stronger sense of self-assurance and empowerment in the face of uncertainty by embracing flexibility. 39. Foster inner calm. The basis of a happy and meaningful existence is inner serenity, and Stoicism provides useful methods and instruments for fostering it. We become less reactive to outside circumstances and more robust in the face of adversity by practicing inner peace. Through techniques like acceptance, self-awareness, and mindfulness, Stoicism teaches us how to develop inner serenity. We can cultivate a profound sense of serenity and contentment that surpasses external conditions by practicing inner peace. 40. Seek equilibrium. A life of health, harmony, and fulfillment requires balance, and Stoicism encourages us to pursue equilibrium in all facets of our lives. Stoics promote equilibrium in our bodily, mental, and spiritual well-being, as well as in our ideas, feelings, behaviors, and interpersonal interactions. We develop resilience, vigor, and a stronger feeling of harmony and equilibrium when we actively pursue balance. Stoicism pushes us to value self-care and introspection, as well as to cultivate deep connections with others and engage in pursuits of happiness and contentment. We develop a sense of wholeness and integration, as well as a higher capacity for happiness, resiliency, and well-being when we actively pursue balance.